Hey guys, this is Kevin, the Magic Our Way Podcast, the freaking Disney podcast of the BS Podcast Network. Enjoy.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and I would not be the filmmaker I am today. Barely respected with no hits to my name, were it not for the wonderful world of Disney. We all love Disney, man. Whether it's the movies, the parks, the Marvel movies, what have you, man. Disney is in our DNA. And you know whose DNA it's really in? The Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. You want to go Disney hard? Never Disney soft. That's the show for you. Magic Our Way podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's all the Disney. You looking for a little D or the big D? Magic Our Way's got it for you.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Sante San, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff. And this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. Disney news is what we are discussing on this show today. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
And on this show, we follow the Disney concept of edutainment, where we focus on your entertainment, and along the way, you just might learn a thing or two.
Hey.
As always, to join in our discussion, we have our resident comic genius from ivorycomics.com, Mr. Eli Ivory. How you doing, E?
Oh, I'm doing great, guys. How y'all doing out there today?
Yay!
Ah,
Yeehaw!
there it is.
Didn't even expect to see y'all today. And look, here y'all are.
I mean,
Here we is.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, bam, when you threw out the call, there we was.
Yeah.
That's right. I can teleport. Now here I am.
I was like, my weekends assemble.
Yeah.
And boom, y'all showed
I
up.
know it was like the light hit the sky and
Can you
just looked up
smell
at
the
it.
lapu lapu I'm making?
That tastes great.
And we flock. Yeah, and less filling.
Very much so.
Yes, and healthy too with your juices. Natural
Especially
juices.
with
and
berries.
And berries that are
No.
contained within said drink.
Because it's got orange juice in it. I feel the love.
I know.
That's it.
And a man that needs natural juices and berries for his beard is our resident travel agent for Magical Moments Vacations, the Shaggy TA, Lee Lasavica. Hey, Lee.
Zamundo.
Hey, Zamundo. Man. Hey, look, you know what? I brought my bag for Magical Moments Vacations here today in the studio.
Oh, nice.
Is that what that is?
It's my wife accidentally washed it, so it looks a little crinkly.
I was going to say, that looked like an old wrinkle up
It
sack.
was,
I thought it was your Jesuit gym bag.
Yeah. It looked like something you in third grade.
it was smooth, and then I discovered it in the laundry. I was like, well, so much for that. But it still works. You can see Magical Moments Vacations.
Yeah.
So thank you, Lee, for when I last booked a vacation, for giving me this sack.
I didn't get a sack.
Me neither.
You
I'm
didn't
like,
give these guys a sack?
I got a postcard.
I'm his most valuable client. I didn't get no sack. Where's your sack?
You should have got two
You
sacks.
don't get no snack?
I want your sack, Lee.
To go with your nuts.
He needs a sack upon which to place his nuts in for the
Yeah.
park visits, right?
Yes.
Let me see which bag you have. Put it on video.
Now he's like, okay, this isn't funny.
He's like, wait,
This is serious. Okay, I'm turning on the video.
All right.
Oh, I know why. Because he's thinking if you say that and I say that, anybody else after is going to be like, hey, wait a minute.
Did you go on a cruise?
Oh,
I did.
Or was
Yeah.
it? That's why. Because it's like a canvas bag.
Yeah, it's a canvas bag.
Is it like? Yeah. I
Look
think-
at this bull right here.
Right?
Only the
Yeah.
the cruise clients, they get a bag.
Lee was a cruise client. I mean, Danny was going to be a cruise
I was
client.
going to be a cruise. I guess I was this close to
I
getting
got
a
your
bag.
bag. I got your bag waiting.
COVID
I got your bag on hold right now.
Right here.
I got your bag. I got your
right
bag right
here.
here.
Book. Right here
Right.
is a sack for you.
Hiya.
Can I see that bag real quick so I can see what I'm going to be getting? What kind of logo is this, Lee? It
That's
looks like
the
I didn't make
Magical
it. I
Moments
don't know.
Vacations logo, I
it
think.
looks like the Big Bang or something. I mean, it doesn't look like I'm booking a Disney
Ding Dang?
trip. Yeah, look at
Bing
this.
Bang?
Big bang.
Bing Bang?
It looks like a cow's exploded.
Yeah, it's like a sphincter surrounding the earth.
Magical Moments Vacations. All up in
All up in the magic.
Creating memories of a lifetime.
It looks like the COVID virus, doesn't it?
Doesn't it, though? I mean, this is terrible.
Hilarious.
What? We're associated with y'all. How are y'all? Wait, we're...
Well, we're associated with Lasavica Travel. Magical Moments Vacations doesn't sponsor individual podcasts.
That's right, so we can slam them all we want.
That's right.
All right, y'all logo, dude. Seriously. This is some I mean, I could do better than this.
You could do better than that. In fact, you should design one for Las Vegas Travel. It's better than that.
Give me Microsoft Paint. I'll do a better job.
Give me
than
paint.
What do you think of that, Daddy?
Yeah, no, I didn't know it was an Earth explode. I thought it was
Making memories of a lifetime? That's like the Earth blow. That's Armageddon.
Armageddon. No, it's wait. No, that's a tool they use to pull out your butt. See, there you got the little I feel like I'm looking at a Rorschach painting.
Can we put this on the website so people can see what we're talking about
Yes,
here?
we can take a picture of it. We'll put it in our show notes so you listeners know what we're referring to with your magical moment. Have you received a Magical Moments vacation sack out there, guys? I'm curious to know if you have, especially if you booked with Lee of Las Vegas Travel.
And now that we know that y'all value clients differently over at Magical Moments Vacation, there's a hierarchy to how y'all appreciate us. Yeah, we'll know now what we should book if we want some free merch.
Anyway, guys, look, there's so much happening in the world of Mohican streaming entertainment this month. How about
is
that?
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is.
Okay.
So I'll give you a little list. Number one, WandaVision just wrapped up its series last Friday, and we're taking this from the perspective of when the show's released, right? So last Friday, WandaVision wrapped up. Also last week, Raya and the Last Dragon was released for premium fee.
Oh yeah, the special
The special
Got you.
$30 pay extra. You get to watch it now.
Well, that's the
later.
sequel to Barry Gordy's Last Dragon?
I hope it is.
That'd be nice.
I want to know what happened to Show Enough after that beating. I do.
that was a golden chalk, F.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the movies wrong.
Almost the glow.
They're-
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You know,
I wanted the glow.
Bruce Leroy had the glow and he caught the bullet with his teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look, 2 weeks after those things came out, Falcon Winter Soldier series starts.
That's what's happening.
All right.
It's I know you've been looking forward to
Yes,
that.
very
so
much.
You got your Captain America t-shirt on.
I am. That's right. That's
we might
right.
have to do another after a couple episodes, kind of talk about what's happening, how you feel about it.
I got my
Maybe
Cap
do some
shirts
predictions
ready.
as far as where it's to go. You're right. You do have your Captain America shirt.
Well, I just say my only one. I ain't even got the best one yet.
And look, the final thing this month, and probably the most important thing, is Coming to America #2 was released on Amazon Prime.
Coming to America.
Dos, the number 2.
Right.
America was released on Amazon Prime. How about that?
That's a lot happening in a month.
It's March
Yeah.
Madness, in fact, streaming wise.
Wow.
Oh, I agree. Hey, look, I'm looking forward to Justice League. And I know it's going to suck, but I'm looking forward to it.
I am curious. I have heard many things.
Is that coming out this month too?
That comes out like a couple days after my birthday, like 3 or 4 days after my birthday.
We got to add that to the list.
Something like that, yeah.
Justice League. Well, Mohicans, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you lined up today. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we are discussing various Disney news, most notably the potential reopening of the Disneyland Resort in California. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's why we're here.
Absolutely. That's big news, big news. So look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some Disney news magic. Welcome to the Q, and this is the segment in which we get to discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. To lead off, California clears the way to allow theme parks to reopen on April 1st. After having been shuttered for almost a year, starting back in mid-March 2020, California theme parks now have a path towards reopening under specific guidelines in the very near future, starting on April 1st, 2021. The new California theme park guidelines and opening date are part of a refresh by Governor Gavin Newsom's 4-tier blueprint for a safer economy. This quote-unquote blueprint refresh, as the Orange County Register calls it, allows the theme parks to reopen pending the COVID status of the county in which the theme park resides. So to give you guys a little background, California has been using a color-coded COVID risk scale. The purple tier, which means widespread, is the highest risk. The next tier is red, which means substantial, followed by the orange tier, which is moderate, and the last color level is yellow, which indicates minimal risk, right?
Okay.
And, you know, the counties with major theme parks are currently at the purple level, right? At the time of this podcast release.
Just like the airlines, right?
It is, yeah. Just like the airlines. And just to let you know what the counties are involved, you have Orange County, Los Angeles County, San Diego County, Solano County, that, you know, they have all the Six Flags, Universals, the Disneyland, all that kind of stuff.
I hate that though. Why can't they just be honest? Like, why is it got to be yellow and purple? Now you got to remember what yellow and purple and orange and all that
DEFCON
shit
green.
is. Right.
That's exactly why, because you can't remember. So you're like, I'll show up. It's rainbow. It's got to be safe.
Yeah, why can't it be not so bad? Holy shit. We're
Stay the in your house.
Yeah.
Nobody do nothing.
Everybody dead.
I don't have to go look up a chart to see about where we fit on the color coordinated scale of happiness.
I can see that.
What was that?
though.
What was that boy band group or whatever? Color Me Bad.
There you go. I hate the color scale. I don't know what any of this crap. I'm not going to remember any of that. It's like, okay, we're traveling to California. What's the color scale? Orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Orange. We say orange right here.
Was orange in there?
Orange is in there,
Okay.
and that's the third level. That's the
the third
second to
level.
lowest
Right.
risk
We
level.
want
So
yellows.
where are we at? Are we in third? We are in orange?
Well, California is currently in purple, but
We're in purple.
That's bad, right?
They in purple.
it is the highest risk level. But the time that this podcast is being released, they're supposed to switch. Well, at least Los Angeles and Orange are supposed to go to red, which means if they go to red, they can open.
If they had like a little color-coded chart on the Bumble apps, so the girls had the purple or the orange or the yellow.
Wouldn't stop me.
I was going to ask you. I didn't think it would.
Well, you know what? Depends on what. That's a conversation for later.
Yeah.
But you know what? If
What they stand for?
If
What
purple
they're-
means that, if she breathes on, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Highly infectious.
Damn.
Not so infectious.
Yeah. Damn.
Gonna take all your money.
All the money and
All the money.
and then purple. And yeah, it you know what though? It depends. It depends on what she's got to offer. I just don't know about this particular case. If they already started in purple, how's it going to work that like 2 weeks from now that'll miraculously change from purple to red, which is not like a safer color to me.
Because we vaccinating.
They're vaccinating. They're
Yeah.
doing all kind of restructuring,
Yeah, we
whatever,
vaccinate.
just reevaluations, all kind of stuff. Yeah,
You got to take their word for that
Mm-hmm.
though.
yeah.
Well, we're taking the word for it anyway.
Yeah.
But see, if something is at level purple and then something else is at level red, like without remembering what you just said, I'm terrified hearing red. Like red to me,
Yeah,
just,
red sounds worse.
yes, that just sounds worse.
Yeah.
Red means stop.
Code red.
Code red,
Yeah, usually, right. Yeah,
Devil's
you don't think
red.
of purple, yeah.
You know, right? I mean, yeah,
Purple is like
thinking-
you think of Prince.
yeah.
Like,
Prince
that's
Grimace.
good.
He's safe.
Well, what's blue?
There's no blue. Yeah, there's no blue in this
Because
scale.
blue would be like sadness to me.
Yeah, so it would be sadness.
So maybe red with the blue makes purple, so you got the red with the sadness, and yeah, that's how they got with purple.
Oh, there you go.
See, that's why this stupid color coordinated chart doesn't make
But
any
you're doing
sense.
good. You're doing good.
I'm figuring it out.
There it
There's
is.
your true
Little by bit.
colors shining through. It was an attraction at Epcot, but it's no longer there. It's okay.
It's purple too.
Look, guys, needless to say, Disneyland's safe word is red.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so once they go red, the parks can reopen under the theme park.
Once they go red, nobody's dead.
That's right. Exactly. So, and as I stated earlier, it's been reported that Los Angeles and Orange counties are expected to move to red sometime the week of this podcast release. So it could have happened by the time you listen to the show, or maybe later after this show.
So
after you listen to it,
April
yes.
1st, 2021, they're supposed to be in the red.
Well, no, this coming week, actually. So we're recording this, on March 6th?
Oh.
And next week, when this show comes out, they should be, there's been reported they're supposed to go into
I
red.
got you.
That's what they're hoping for.
They're prognosticating.
Yes, so they should be in
Yeah.
red for 3 weeks, which means by April 1st, if they wanted to open that time, they are clear to open under the guidelines.
I got you.
Okay. Well, you know, and I hope that they meet said color.
Exactly.
Yes, I mean, you know, I'm sure it would be nice to hear a park that I love
Fondly, yes.
fondly, yes, to have a chance to be opened. Absolutely, as long as it's. I don't know why it doesn't make it sunny, or just say like if it's sunny, it's really safe. But yeah, I hope it's red or yellow.
Red,
Really
yellow,
want-
or orange are all
we
good
really-
under
we
the
want-
guidelines.
I
That's right.
want yellow. I'm rooting for yellow.
Well, here, let me tell you this. Okay,
Right,
so
yellow's the safe one, right?
yes, yellow's the lowest level, but
Team yellow.
Team yellow.
going with the colors, you probably want to know this. These are some of the restrictions. You might be asking yourself, what are these?
What are the
restrictions?
restrictions?
These are the restrictions. So, indoor rides and attractions must maintain a 15% capacity in the red tier and a 25% capacity in the orange and yellow tiers. So, if they go to orange and yellow, it goes up. They can have more people in the indoor rides.
Okay.
So that's one of the restrictions. Another restriction is outdoor rides and attractions can accommodate more riders provided the social distancing mandates are followed. They didn't specify any particular number, but since it's outside, as long as you're social distancing, you're good to go. One thing that's notable for California people is that this quote-unquote blueprint refresh is no longer distinguishing between small and large California theme parks. And the reason why I bring this back up is
Because size doesn't matter.
because size does not matter.
No good.
It does not matter. We're all
Medium.
equally pleasing.
We all stand in the shadow of Eli.
That's right. That's right.
That we are equal with.
Yes, yes.
I got you.
But anyway, look, I bring that up because back in October 2020, there was a set of initial guidelines that would have kept California's large theme parks closed indefinitely. So they kind of restructured this to make this work. And lastly, when these things go in effect, at this time, we're not allowed there. So it's only California residents during this time.
Oh!
That's it. So nobody else can come in.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I
know. I feel you. I was the same way because we were actually... Val wants to go to a convention out in Las Vegas for a thing, and we were going to drive 4 hours, to go to Disneyland if we could. Maybe by then in July, who knows? Maybe they'll be open to outside people.
Yeah, you got to hope, but I mean, they got a whole lot of locals to attend to.
This is true, yeah.
That's my thing. Like when I first saw this, I was extremely happy because we were like set to take the week off. We had a week off. We'd enough shows in the bank. We were going to take a week off, and we saw this. We all agreed to get together to discuss it, and like, all right, cool. And then you start looking into it, and I'm like, all right, so it's only DVC villas, only host DVC members. Oh shoot, I'm not a DVC member. Well, Kevin is. Well, maybe I can stay at the Disney Hotel. Nope, Disneyland Hotel and Paradise Pier are closed. Parks are closed. No reopening date there, and that's not enough to convince me to stay home. When the parks do reopen, entry is going to be limited to California residents.
You can't go in there.
So
you can't go in there.
I'm not invited anyway. So if I'm a DVC member right now, I'm pretty pissed off.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Like
I can't go.
If I'm an out-of-state Disney, like I can stay at your hotel, but I've got to watch other people go in your park, and I can't partake in these games. I'd be pretty pissed.
Can you do like we do here, where you want to put your kid in like a better school that's in a different district? You can't like kind of go by your cousins and then like.
Have them sneak me in?
Yeah, like, you can't do
Oh,
anything.
that's a good idea.
Right, yeah,
Can
I
they
don't know.
smuggle you in? That's probably how they keep track of it, too. You probably call in. You got to put your tickets on a credit card. And then, so if you have a Louisiana credit card, all you got to do is borrow your cousin's credit card.
Or have to pay for it, I just pay her back.
Yeah,
that works
there you
too,
go.
right? Yeah. I wonder if they'll check ID. They hadn't said anything like that.
But if
how
she's
they're gonna do this.
she's taking care of it, but it's on your points, I'm sure there's got to be a way around it. Oh, you just mysteriously happened to move in with her during COVID. Wow, you're in California. Yay.
Yeah.
I like how you said that. I wish we had our video on.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Yay.
You're having a trial separation with your wife.
That's right, yes.
And you just happen to relocate.
Yes, my family's there. That's my closest family, so I got to go there.
got to talk to
get some...
Get some
Right.
centering.
Well, your closest non-Mohican family.
That's right. My closest non-Mohican
Right.
family. That's right.
Yeah. That means that we got to move to California to build a place so that Kevin can have a place to come crash. So
The West Coast Studios?
Oh, no, I want a West Coast Empire. Yeah, let's do that.
West Coast Studios
There
and the
you
Fat
go.
City Studios. Boy, that's a lot.
I'm just saying, this is a lot to make sure we can fit in to be California residents just so we can have a piece of that
We
park.
can visit the Roberges and have established the Northeast Studios.
There you go.
I'd love to do that, man. Shoot. I want to go to Massachusetts.
And then maybe we can establish studios in Italy and the Philippines.
Oh, well, we need an outreach program,
We
that's
do.
for sure.
Yeah, we
And
need to cater to
translators.
those two markets. There's not enough people there.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
But
we do.
India, what'd you say? India 500?
Yeah.
All right, Ghana.
India representing Ghana. Go for it, man.
Thank you,
Gotta
Ghana.
go for it.
And just to say hello. But anyway, yeah, back to the Disneyland thing.
Yeah, no. So like, I'm looking at all these restrictions. I'm seeing what doesn't apply. I'm seeing that this thing's closed later, and I'm like, why do we schedule this emergency meeting?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy we're together, and I'm happy the cast members get their jobs back. Some of them at least, but
But
Yes.
we can't go.
we had a week off.
I know. We can't go.
We got together to talk. What's there to talk about?
There's nothing. We can't do it.
This is like the who gives a
Yeah, I'm hurt. I wish you had led off with that first before I was like, oh, I hope it's YOLO. We have a chance. And but I guess
built
that was
it up.
good.
I built it up.
You did. You were like, it was like,
It's like edging.
it was. I was like, okay, cool.
But little by little, you chip away at that. Look, I saw it immediately. I'm like, oh, here we go, guys. What do you wanted? Everyone was like, yeah, let's get together. And I had things to do. I got home. I started researching it, and I'm like, oh.
This.
Ugh.
The only saving grace is that if they're doing that, then the next step has to be let us in.
Yes. Well,
yeah, but how long?
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
yeah. It's important to remember this is just a start. So
yes.
that it's fine. I
They're
get
dipping their
it.
toe in the jacuzzi.
Baby steps.
Hopefully, it's not too hot for the hot tub.
But basically, the headline is that Disney is taking a baby step towards getting a potential opening date at some point in time. And in about 2 months, Disney's going to allow its most desperate fans to pay top top price, stay at their most expensive rooms, shop at their most expensive stores, but not one sniff of the parks.
Isn't that nice how they make that work?
Close, but no cigar.
And I can't blame them. I mean, shoot, like 15% capacity.
I mean, they got to make some money. They've been closed for how many months, and they need to start getting some revenue.
Right, but that's like opening a movie theater and saying you can visit the concession stand.
Yeah.
You can't watch a movie.
Watch the movie.
Right.
You can pay.
You sit in the theater and eat your popcorn and listen to Muzak.
You can pay $15 for a box of jujube, but you cannot watch any movie. I mean, that's the thing. And I don't blame Disney by saying, like, look, 15% capacity, because like I kind of looked at the numbers a little bit, and you've got a resort that's built to service around 80,000 people. So at 15% capacity, that's about 12,000 people. And what about the cast members? Does capacity include cast members?
That's a good question.
I would have to
know.
think it should.
It would have to be, yeah, for indoor stuff for sure.
And the numbers on that estimate between 3,000 to 6,000. So let's estimate on the low end. I mean, 25% of your capacity is just cast members. So that's what you're dealing with, and you got to turn a profit. It seems to me you're losing money with the parks being open. And so maybe that's the idea, is that, look, we'll open up the resorts to those who need their Disney fix, and the DVC members who we're obliged to try and accommodate, and because of legal reasons, not because they're going to get the most for their dollars. And maybe that's what's going on
But
here.
doesn't make sense, right? Because if it's only for locals, I guess you gotta.
Well, locals are DVC members as well.
Yeah, this is true, and then maybe somebody has to have an affair, so they need like a vacation in a side resort. Okay, I get
A
that.
side resort?
Yeah, I totally get that.
Don't tell Walt Disney World.
You never heard side piece before, Kev?
It's got to be for legal reasons. When you buy into this vacation club, you got to be allowed to use your points. And if nothing is open or you can't use your points as freely,
You can't leave. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
absolutely.
So I mean, I think they probably know that most DVC members are like, I'm not going all the way, like, especially if you're out of state, I'm not going all the way over there to stay in a room and not go anywhere but a shopping district that's charging me top-notch price. I'm not doing that. They have to know that's what's going on, but they're doing it, I think, for legal reasons. That's a guess.
Well, it makes sense, because it's like, what do they have over there for the DVC members that are in California? It's like, okay, you either stay at California, Grand Californian, or you fly to Alani to use your points. Or fly all the way all the way to the other side of the country to at any one of the DVC resorts in the East Coast, and it's like, well, what I got to use my points somehow, because they're not going to let me keep them, not keep rolling over, so I got to use it, and we're kind of at the same boat side. We rolled over points, but it's like we got to figure out where we can use them.
That's exactly
or else we lose them. It's like use them or lose them.
Yeah,
we roll it over once.
That's something to look into. What are the COVID numbers in Hawaii right around now?
Yeah, no idea.
That might be something to look into. And if you've never been to Alani and you got to use them,
that'd be nice. Yeah, that would be nice.
Might want to.
Yeah, might want to check that out, because you got COVID in Hawaii. They might just bury you with the pig. You want that?
Oh, the pig! It would be so delicious.
All right, here's my only question. Maybe it's weird because I'm not a travel agent or anything like that.
But Lee is.
Lee is. So that's
pose your question to Lee.
Yeah.
Okay, Lee. Okay, I get it. They want to introduce the locals first, but why not say, okay, maybe on this handful of days is locals, but for the weekend, a handful of people can come. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like,
Yeah, but that's not a Disney decision. That's a California decision.
He's right.
It's like, at this point, I'm sure Disney's just like, we'll do whatever you say. We'll follow whatever rules you will, just to let us get open. It's not Disney saying, we only are going to let locals in. It's the California thing.
California's
the
the
government.
Now, Disney's the one who made the decision that only the villas out of California and the rest of the resorts are going to be closed. Disneyland's going to be recorded.
But that's also what they did at Walt Disney World at first.
Yes.
It was
Yeah,
just the
that's true,
villas that were open. Now, of course, in California, you only have one option. So, it makes it a little difficult, but I think the bottom line here is going to be that at least now, and we've said this before, they have a blueprint to work from. While Disney World has been open for however long, they are, by all accounts, doing successfully controlling it. The social distancing, the capacity levels, the mobile ordering on the phone, all this other stuff. So it's not like they're going to just walk into this thing blind. They've got, a plan in place. So that's the good news. Now, again, they've got to work within whatever the state of California says they can. So, I don't think it's any surprise, because California has been really, strict on things opening up, more so than Florida.
And it would have been really ignorant of us to expect that they would just open up and be where Florida is now.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is going to be, it's a crawl.
Baby steps.
To a walk, to a run, that kind of thing.
Flight. To flight.
To flight.
Yeah,
Flight of beers.
Flights of wonder.
That's right.
That's right.
Flights of passage.
So yeah, I'm just hoping that by the time May rolls around, that'll be 2 months from now, more people get vaccinated. Maybe it drops a little bit more. I mean, hopefully we're trending in a good direction, and it continues to do that because yeah, man, like if I'm going to step on a plane and my choice is to go to Disney World or Disneyland, and it's an hour and a half flight to go to Disneyland and a 3-hour flight to go to Disney. I'm sorry, hour and a half to go to Disney World, 3-hour flight to go to Disneyland. About right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
I want the 3-hour flight.
Yeah.
I want to go to Disneyland. I was through the moon when I saw this at first, and I went, ugh. And it just, now I know, and now we all know. Next time we call an emergency meeting, make sure to read the whole article first.
Now, there was a lot happening, and someone in California is probably thanking us, you know.
But it's a step in the right direction. And just to let you guys know, the other theme parks are involved, not just Disneyland. We got Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios Hollywood, the original, Six Flags Magic Mountain, SeaWorld San Diego, Legoland California, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and Solana County. Yeah.
And hopefully Jean-Paul will be getting back to work soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, there you
actually.
go. There
if
you
not
go.
already, but hopefully everything's good on his end.
Yeah, man, thinking about you, dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep it yellow.
And the next news story that we're going to discuss is, speaking of Disneyland, Disneyland's about to offer hard ticket dining event called A Touch of Disney. A Touch of Disney.
Yeah.
A
Touch me.
Touch of Disney.
Touch me.
Touch of Disney.
Just a
Just a touch, a skosh,
Yeah.
a touch, a gentle.
Just a touch.
Is it a consensual touch?
well, it's
I hope
Disney.
so.
It's got to be done with
As
a
long as
smile.
your safe word's read, you're good.
Oh, good.
Yes. And so, Lee, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir, because this does one of the things that concerns you a lot. So go for it, man. What's a touch of Disney?
Well, Danny, this is right up your alley. We're talking about paying for premium. What do you call it? I want to call it the privilege of spending. You're paying for the privilege of spending money, basically.
Oh.
So I like it. I think they're, again, need to create some revenue right now until they can get the parks open. So this is from the official Walt Disney World website. This is beginning March 18th, 2021. Rediscover the magic of the Disneyland Resort through the sights, sounds, and flavors you've been craving. A Touch of Disney is a new ticketed experience within select outdoor areas of Disney California Adventure Park and will be making its debut March 18th, 2021, Thursday through Monday from 12 to 8 p.m. Tickets for this experience go on sale March 4th, which is already passed, and must be purchased in advance. So the first thing you need to know about all this is it's sold out. So
Already?
already
Be touched by Disney.
sold out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who wants some magic?
I want to be touched by Disney. I got to get that magic all up in my face.
Touch it.
Would you rather be touched by Disney or touched by an angel?
Oh.
Damn. You know what? By an angel, because you know there's a miracle coming. That's it.
Yeah, it's in the face of Della Reese, but okay.
Oh, the other chick was the angel too.
Well, who?
I forgot the other lady's name.
I just remember Della Reese.
Della Reese was in it, yeah.
Yes,
There was
that's
the other
the
lady she
angels
helped, though. There was another angel that she was helping.
You know you want to get touched by Della Reese.
I just need to be touched.
Yeah.
It's touched by Disney, Eli. He wants to get touched by
Jasmine, where you at?
all that magic in your face, neck, and chest, little boy.
Take pixie dust, touchy touch.
Not picky at this point. So
Move on.
Yes.
let me just break it down because they are going to, I read today they're going to expand it for a couple weeks. So maybe it'll even get expanded out until the parks actually open for real in April. But this is what it is. $75. You get parking, the Mickey and Friends parking structure. You get a $25 Touch of Disney dining card, which will be redeemable for food and non-alcoholic beverages at select locations. And you get unlimited digital downloads of Disney's PhotoPass, photos captured during the day of the experience. So $75, it's kind of like a little food festival. You're going to be able to go to different restaurants and things like that. There should be some characters around. And it's just it gets you into the park. And again, you don't get to ride any rides, but you do get to get in the parks. And, I believe there's probably going to be some special limited edition merchandise and things like that also.
So you get touched by the magic, right?
Yeah. One of our agents is actually attending it. She got her ticket. Yeah. And speaking of Hawaii, they're actually coming back from Hawaii and have a layover in California. So they're going to stay a day and go check out the Touch of Disney thing. So,
Wow, she must be a really successful agent.
she's not too shabby.
She must have her own satchel.
Is she like the LeBron James of Magical Moments Vacation? Who is this person?
She hits her hands together, pixie dust flying.
Nice.
What's her name?
Ashley. So
All right.
Actually, she does a lot of our marketing, so you were just basically insulting her at the beginning of the show, but that's all right. No big deal.
Well, did she invite us to go to the Touch of Disney thing?
No, and that's...
Did the company offer to sponsor us?
No.
Then them.
Only time we get touched by Disney's on our back part of our wallet.
That's right.
You know, come on.
I remember that conversation.
She was lucky she got a shout out on the show.
That's right.
What? There you go. There you
Right.
go.
So I don't know. I mean, $75 is not too bad. If you think about it, you get a $25 gift card for dining.
That's not bad at all.
I did a quick Google search. Parking apparently is about $25 also. So I mean, there's $50 right there that's included. So
When you said the parking thing right away, it's like, okay, that's at least I estimated about 30 in my mind, 25.
That's
okay,
25,
cool.
yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, so that you're talking about a $50 ticket just to be able to walk in and around, feel the ambiance of the park, get food. That in and of itself, I would have done that. If I'm cooped up all day and I'm in California, there's nothing to do.
I can be in the atmosphere of the park.
Sure.
But not, I mean, yeah, I can't ride, but I'm still there.
I'm outdoors. Yes.
I think it's still pretty cool.
Still kind of a crazy tease at the same time. But yeah.
it is, but it's like going to the strip club, you know? It's like you could look, you just can't touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hate it. You know, I hate it.
Eli's like biting his knuckle right now because he wants to break that down so bad.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
do.
yeah, it's
His moose knuckle?
Doesn't work that way. But you know, it has, yeah, but $75 in this case, I totally get it.
yeah.
Makes sense, yes.
I would pay for that for
I'll
sure.
pay for that too. I would pay for that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can do it.
I buy that for $75.
Yeah, that's why it's sold
Cool.
out.
Well, that sounds like fun, I guess. I'd be curious to see if anybody does that, and maybe we can get that
Maybe
lady
get a
on the
little
show and
get Ashley to come in and give us a report when she gets back.
yeah.
I was spending the first 20 minutes talking about that logo.
That'll be the first part of the set of questions. You know,
Maybe you can get a drawing gig from that and update their logo. Maybe they'll actually sponsor us instead of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, pay me. I'll draw you something that looks better than that at least. Something that makes you feel like you're going on vacation, not something that you feel like the earth is going to implode at any point in time.
I don't see the magic in it. That's the issue, and it should probably be in color. I think that would help it a lot. But I digress.
Yeah, so let's move on. Moving forward.
Moving forward, yes.
So we're advertising an event that no one can get tickets to, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Keeping with the theme.
Yes, awesome though.
The ding. All right, and then also in Walt Disney World travel news, we get our first look at the reimagined rooms from Disney's Polynesian Village Resort over there on the monorail. New Moana Rooms. These are really nice, man. Like I know we talked about them before that when they were starting this up, but these are not that I wouldn't want to say the Poly already, but this is yeah, man. I like this.
It looks pretty damn tight, man. I gotta say, it's not.
It's not real tacky Polynesian like the Polynesian can be known to be, if that makes sense. It's not kitschy. It's very muted, but it's also, I don't know. It's the details are right on it, man. It's beautiful.
Well, those old rooms are kind of like dark and drabby, and these are very light and airy. And I've got them all spread out in front of me, and I'm really kind of taking it in. And maybe we should kind of read a little bit about what they say about the rooms. Do you have that up, Lee?
Yeah, I've got it. I got the official
Okay, why don't
Disney
you go ahead
website
and read?
here.
Before we get into a discussion of it, why don't you give the Disney deets?
This is the Disney details. Reimagining is underway at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort at Walt Disney World. Have a look at these new photos we're sharing for the first time, taking you inside the newly reimagined guest room at the resort, which you cannot see because this is a podcast.
If you're a Disney fan, you've already seen it.
They'll be in the show notes, you know. These reimagined spaces feature a new color palette inspired by the Pacific Ocean and its many islands, including details, patterns, and textures from the hit Walt Disney Animation Studios film, Moana. Look closely and you might even spot some characters from the story. You also see new furnishings and fixtures. In the bathrooms, for instance, Disney Imagineers took inspiration from the sandy ocean floor for the tiles and carved details in the vanity. Colorful patterns throughout the room bring a whole new energy to the space, evoking undulating ocean waves and tropical flowers.
Undulating.
Undulating. I like undulating.
Is that the first time the word undulating has ever been uttered in the 360 plus episodes of the Magic Our Way podcast? I think so.
I think
Gotta be.
undulating is definitely new.
All right.
Angelina Jolie.
I never slept any undulating words in there.
We would have sang a song about a word like that.
Here you go.
There it is.
What else we got with the rooms?
So Disney's Polynesian Village Resort is now accepting bookings for late July 2021. And the next time guests pull up to the Great Ceremonial House, they'll notice even more exciting changes that we're currently working on. Now, the Port Cashur, how do you say this? Portcochere. Port Cochere?
Like pig?
Well, let's see. Hold up. I can look this up real quick.
Port Cochere.
Port Cochere.
Was that you, Kevin?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Port Cochere.
Port Cochere.
Port Cochere. All right.
We should just leave it like that, where it leaves like, and the Port
Cochere.
No, I'll say it every time you do it. Hey, go ahead.
All right. The
Port Cochere
is in the midst of a dramatic overhaul that will feature a high-pitched open truss roof covered in a thatch style with pops of color. Above the
Port Cochere,
the monorail station is receiving new wooden screens and tropical colors, adding to the open and airy vibe befitting of the South Seas. This popular locale joins the other Disney resort hotels of Walt Disney World in creating the Disney Resorts Collection, where the magic found in the theme parks extends to every moment of a guest vacation. Disney Resort hotels offer a wide selection of fantastic settings to choose from, inspired by worlds both real and imagined. Guests are fully immersed in our legendary storytelling and guest service, then beyond our theme parks to every moment of the stay, whether visiting an African savannah, strolling a seaside boardwalk, seeing a Disney favorite character, or so much more.
Port Cochere.
Sounds sexy the 8th time you say it, actually.
You like that?
I do.
You might want to make this your ringtone?
Yeah, it's my girl. My girl telling
Port
me.
Cochere.
Lee, what exactly is a
Port Cochere.
yeah?
A Port Cochere? I think it's some kind of like a ham and cheese croissant type situation.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not sure.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds tasty.
Like a
it sounds
croque
tasty.
monsieur.
Don't we have a restaurant called Cochere?
Oh, that's cochon.
Cochon.
Cochon?
Yeah, it's like pig, pork.
So yeah, I was
It's like
close.
Fauchon,
It's like
but-
the same animal, just not the tail end of the letters.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Port Cochere.
Port Cochere.
Yeah.
I like what your girl said, though. That
Port
just sounds-
Port
Cochere.
Cochere, Port Cochere.
I know.
Port Cochere.
You need your own name.
Can you make her say Eli?
Port
Port
Cochere.
Cochere.
Oh, well, I guess not.
She's kind of like Groot, though. I think she did say it, but all she can say is,
Port Cochere.
I'm kind of with
Cochere.
that.
yeah.
Kinda
Okay.
with- I had a bad day at work. How about you? Did she just,
She just busted up.
Port Cochere.
Exactly.
That's
Let
right.
no one say we mispronounced that word today.
That's right. Hey, look, if you're curious what that is, that's that porch, that little covering thing where the vehicles stop to discharge passengers and you check in and all that, at the front. That's,
It's a big canopy.
yeah, it's a big canopy. Yeah,
Port Cochere.
Yes. It's actually right above like where that the monorail station
yeah.
was.
They have
where you would stand
that.
out there.
All the resorts have something like that. Yeah.
So, yeah, what do y'all guys think?
I want this lamp. I was looking at the pictures here.
You love lamp?
I
He
like
loves
that.
lamp.
I love that lamp. No, that looks cool. It sounds great.
My kids would love this.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter saw this immediately and she was like, I want to stay there. I want to stay there so bad. I don't think it's a home run. I think it's a double. Okay?
Double.
I wish there was a little bit more blue in it. I mean, it's very brown. It's very brown. The blue is kind of, it seems to be in the headboard of the beds, if I'm not mistaken, and then a little bit in the portrait.
The sofa.
Right.
That
Well, okay.
seafoam green kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go. A little too brown. I would like to see a little bit more color.
It's beachy.
It's very beachy. I love the use of Maui's tribal tattoo in the
No, in the lamp.
not
In
the
wall.
slam, in the
In
wall.
the wall.
On the wall. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a little overblown. It's a little much, but I enjoy that they use that. Because if you hadn't seen the movie, I mean, I don't even know that you would be aware that it's anything but like a Polynesian tribal decorative kind of thing.
You'd be looking for it on the Rock or somebody.
Right. And then, so, I mean, there's not much. I mean, there's Moana on the portrait. There's the tribal tattoo. You got Hey over there. He's like the cockold in the corner by the Keurig machine.
Get a little Keurig while you watching the action happen. Sip,
no,
sip.
hey, it's just tweaked on coffee right there.
I guess so.
That's what it is.
That's what's scary about having Hey as a cockhold. His eyes are always open.
No, man. He's watching, dude.
He's
Always watching.
Yeah, but you know
Always.
what? Moana and the pig are facing away from the bed, so if you're doing something that she's not watching.
Yeah, she don't want to know how far you'll go. Totally understand that. It's very respectable.
Yeah, but your
for her.
tattoo dude, He knows exactly how far you'll go.
Yeah. He's probably figured, hey, this will make a good tramp stamp for that night, right? Because you want that.
Well, Danny, you remember when we stayed at Disneyland Resort, how we had the magical things in the
Yes!
headboards? What would happen if like the little tattoo dude started talking?
Oh.
And started moving around the wall.
Oh, people would complain.
I
Not
would.
my Polynesian hashtag.
I'd be like, what did I drink? I want that again, bartender. The wall talked to me and told me I spent too much coming here.
Another lapu, my good man.
Yeah.
The wall be like, Eli, do it again.
What's up, Wall?
But slower.
What's up, Wall? How you want to see it, Wall? Holy Wall, talking to me. Yo, man, I tell you what, show me the patterns you want it to happen in as you lift it up, and I'll try to emulate that. And what's the word we looking for?
Red.
No,
Oh.
no, we don't want red. Red is safe. We want purple in that instance.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
No, we don't want purple. We don't want
I
purple.
thought you wanted the
Purple's
safe
worst.
word. Yeah. that's what I
He
thought.
wants to pour Kushan.
No, I like the verb, the other word, candulate. What is
Put
it?
Cocher.
Undulate.
Undulate. Yeah, I want to undulate it to the right,
Undulate.
right spot.
Arriba, undulate.
That's it.
Don't get us canceled.
I don't
Put
want to.
Cocher.
All right, put cachet because the wall's talking to you. There's a lot happening that day. I'm cool with that. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you're cool with that? Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
look, I'm cool. Look, this is an improvement. Like, let's face it, the old rooms, they were kind of tacky. They were
old rooms.
They were outdated. They looked like the jungle room at Graceland. It really needed more of a modern touch, and this kind of brings it into more of a sleek, modern look. And I think little girls are just going to go gaga. And I say little, I mean under the age of 12, are going to go nuts about staying in these rooms. And the only thing I would say is I do wish. Well, there's a couple things I would say, because I mean that's what I'm saying. It's not a home run, but it is a solid double. I wish they hadn't done all the rooms like this. I'm sure there are some people out there that go to Disney that are adults that don't stay with kids, that don't want to be reminded. They want to be bombarded, I should say, with character in Disney. It's like, I'm here. I want to believe I'm staying in Hawaii. I want to believe I'm in an island and I'm away from Disney right now. And this says you're staying in a Disney resort.
I would say that would be tough because it's like, how do you do how would you say this, presidential tribal suite? You know what I mean? Like head chief suite.
Add fire.
Set the room on fire.
Yeah, you have torches all over the place.
We date left eye or something.
Instead of light bulbs, you walk in and torches light up.
Like all right, wait.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
And then you got people with palm fronds and stuff like fanning you instead of air condition.
I thought you would say like there's some chicks coming around spitting the fire like they do in the show or
Oh,
something.
they can do that too. Whatever you like.
And then you have the wipers.
Wipers.
Whatever entertainment you like.
Oh my God. Make the wall talk to me. Never mind. Just wipe me.
Whatever you like.
Now, Danny, aren't they? My understanding of those, the DVC rooms are not going to be have this theme.
Oh,
so
really?
Your deluxe villas, like the
and the
deluxe
bungalows?
studio rooms. I don't think they're going to have this theme.
And good, look, good for that. But I mean, still, at the same time, I would say for the casual, like again, if I'm an older dude with my wife and I'm just going over there, I don't know that I need a DVC resort. Like, just a regular room will do me just fine. I get you what you're saying, Lee.
Yeah,
but
and I get what you're saying too. It's like there's at least like it's like if you had to stay at the Mermaid Rooms and
Right.
Art of Animation.
Thank you.
Like that's that situation where it's like, well, I don't need a family suite. Well, you got all girls because we got Mermaid Rooms.
Well, I would say more along the lines of it's like being forced to stay in the pirate rooms at the Caribbean beach.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. Let me toss this out. I was looking at reactions to this stuff online and whatever, just to kind of research this. I was, doing that, and a lot of people are saying it's like, oh, now Polynesian's now a moderate resort.
That's bullshit.
What do you think of that?
Bullshit.
Well,
why would they say that?
Because of the way the rooms look. That's what their reasoning is.
Because of themed rooms now. Because you've got the pirate rooms, you got the royal rooms. Let's face it, all the value resorts are this kind of themed rooms.
No,
stuff like that. So I'm not saying it's the same, but I do.
I've stayed in the Art of Animation. This is not.
I
Art
see
of
that
Animation.
point of view.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not. It's not.
I see the correlation. I will say that there's a correlation, but this is done tastefully, whereas that stuff is just What's
in your face.
It's like
Gaudy?
I want to say Gonzo, but that's
Gonzo!
That is in your face.
Don't Google that.
no. Don't.
Port Cochere.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's
that
kosher.
type of. No, we were talking about it on the Hollywood studio shows. There's a certain term for it where the stuff is just, it's completely, it's in your face.
Hollywood crazy?
Maybe. I don't know.
Hollywood.
Point being is
California crazy, sorry.
Yeah.
California crazy.
that's not what this is. If you've got a problem with this, then you've got a problem walking into the Grand Floridian with the marble flooring and there's characters
Intertwined Yeah.
within the flooring that are just obvious that you wouldn't even notice.
I was gonna
if you
say.
didn't
Well, I
know to
think
look
that's
for
one
them.
of the things that they argue is that they feel like that's better subtly done than this.
Ooh.
I don't
know
see
about
how.
that.
I don't see how. You got two characters on the wall as opposed to the Fab Five right in the entranceway.
And they're not even actually like realistically drawn characters. They're tribal tattoo, versions of those characters. You said it already, Danny. Like if you had never seen Moana, you wouldn't even know that that's who that person was. You would think it was just a girl from the island on a wave.
Yeah, I'd be like, who's the dude with the nipples sitting there holding up a world while the other girl's going, surfing?
Well, you got that painting with Moana. You got the hey
You got
thing.
hey, you know who it is. You know what it's about.
Okay. Hey is probably presented more in the more traditional style, and yes, there's the painting and that. But I don't have a problem with the painting. Like the old Polynesian resort had paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're sitting on the shore looking out. I mean, how do I know that this is not just again? I'm not a Moana fan. I walked into this room. How do I know that this is just not a Polynesian woman sitting out looking towards the shore with her pet pig? All right, that does sound ridiculous.
But it was
I'm
cool.
sure.
Nobody interrupted you as you made that sentence. If you noticed that, nobody was.
Maybe like a ship full of what is that? The coconut dudes.
Oh yeah, the pirates, those
Yeah, little
coconut
coconut
pirates.
pirates.
That might be wild. Yeah.
What makes a deluxe resort is A, staying on the freaking monorail line. B, having some of the nicer restaurants on property that you can go to. I mean, moderate resorts don't have Ohana. Doesn't have Kona Cafe. Doesn't have
Spirit of Aloha.
sushi.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the show. Doesn't have a
bar.
beach that you
It doesn't
really
have the
can't
bar.
get to, or a really wealthy pool. That's a great point, Lee. Thank you.
Yeah, nice lounge there.
The bar. Oh God, Trader Sam's. I mean, my God, no.
And I think space in the rooms too is different.
Right. Isn't that what we as Disney fans already say? We barely spend time in the rooms anyway. That's the whole point is like, what are you going back to the room? You're going to savor it for what, 20, 30 minutes before you pass out? Maybe an hour? Is it really bugging you that much? And don't stay there. I like what they've done
I
here.
was gonna say that because this could get us into another conversation of who's woke and eating cornbread stuffing again, as far as if whether or not it's it's a moderate or not. I mean, like it's a different style entirely, and it's good use of IP
It's a different style altogether.
altogether.
It's
a different style.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting that joke, Kevin.
All right. Cool. I'll let that.
I'm glad someone else watched Airplane.
Absolutely. Surely you must be crazy.
I am crazy. Don't call me Shirley.
My God, they're running on instruments.
That's it. I don't know how we make it work. And just, like it has, like you said, it has everything, but it's a different style of
everything?
it. Yeah, it's a different style of it. And I don't think that's fair to the resort just because there's other looks that has its own setup. I get that. But they shouldn't just say because this focuses on a particular culture which has not one, but essentially two IPs.
Two.
Two. Say it with me. Two.
I don't know. I think Lilo and Stitch have been evicted.
Really?
I think.
Yeah, you might see a new character breakfast someday soon. Who knows?
We'll see.
I would find it really hard to believe that you book this room, your daughter is staying in the room, there's Moana everywhere. In the whole idea is this thing is themed after Moana.
The carpet's in the hallway.
Right. And I book character meal and there's no freaking Moana. Come on.
Hey, look.
We
we don't know now. We don't know.
You don't know.
Is it that much to ask to kick Pluto out of the meal?
I don't think so. But as Kevin looks at you like, that's my favorite character.
No, but
right?
I would agree.
And he's
It's
at
like-
every other
I would agree.
damn
Yeah.
dining restaurant. Yeah.
He's everywhere. I'm cool with that.
All right,
Right.
no, we want to make sure you're cool because I was worried
No,
for a
I'm
second.
totally cool. I'm
I
totally
thought
cool with
things
that.
were getting agitated for a minute.
No, he said that, and I
Okay.
was like, I agree.
But that's the thing, though. There's a lot that goes on in this resort that I don't think it's fair to just say,
Look, I would be highly shocked if we didn't get Moana's Enchanted Journey to Beyond
Enchanted buffet.
breakfast.
So don't mess with that Ohana now.
Dude, look, I would be highly surprised if they don't put Moana in that bracket. If you're not preparing yourself mentally for that now, I think you're crazy because
That's fair.
She might have better juice.
That's saying a lot, Kevin.
I know. I remember
That's
y'all
saying
talking
a
about
lot.
the juice. Maybe she'll bring better juice.
I hope they don't make the juice out of hey.
that juice was terrible.
That's what I'm saying. That's a
what
big
I remember.
statement
Exactly.
that he's saying.
Awful.
Yeah.
They always try to sell you that crummy juice. I
That
hate
makes
that
your
juice.
eyes bug out like hey too.
It's not welcome bread.
I'd rather drink Sunny Delight than drink that. It's awful. But no, we talked about this before, and because I've never been worried about Disney's ability to enhance its resorts. I've always felt like they've got a gift for doing that. Like all the resort additions and enhancements, even those that I wasn't particularly in favor for at the time, I feel like a lot of them, like the Enchanted Rose Lounge, I thought that turned out beautifully. The Storybook Dining at Artist Point, I loved Artist Point. I went there. Granted, it lacks the elegance of that meal, but I think what they've done with it is a good job. I think that adding the characters in the marble flooring at the Grand Flirting or the Mad Hatter playset outside, the water playset that we talked, I thought
That's
all of
awesome.
that, yes, all of that was done brilliantly. I don't have a problem with them adding stuff to the resorts because they have a proven track record to me of mostly getting it right. It's the attractions they up on. That's where the problem always seems to fall in, is when we're enhancing the attraction and it always turns out worse. See the three Caballeros in Mexico. They can't even keep three Caballeros at the end of the ride anymore.
As long as they keep that one lady that's singing before you actually take
Oh,
the
is that
ride.
little band, the mariachi group?
Mariachi. Dude.
My little buttercup.
Yeah.
That's the sweetest.
it's mine.
Spider.
That's a quote from the movie. That was not me trying to say anything.
I just have one other thought on this whole Moana situation.
Oh, think, Lee, think.
Okay.
I wonder how many people that are complaining about it would never stay at the Polynesian anyway. Because if you are staying at the Polynesian, you like that theme, you like that ambiance, you like the beach, you like the ocean and it's that whole thing. So I can't imagine that anyone that loves that type of resort and that theme and that vibe would have any problem with Moana being in there. I just don't get that would be a problem for them. And maybe I'm wrong, but I just see a lot of people complaining just to complain. And then as far as the moderate thing, the one thing that the biggest difference here is it's a deluxe resort. But more than that, the pirate rooms and the royal rooms in both those resorts are the furthest away, worst locations in those resorts. And they had to do something like that to get people to book them. And so that's not the situation here either. These are just basically any room that's not a DVC property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bungalow or the studios, they're all having this. So every room, it's not like, oh, we're going to make the rooms on the west wing furthest away from everything Moana Rooms.
I think what you're talking about here, Lee, is people without children. And as you just said, if you don't have children and you're still going to Disney, you're an adult who likes to be immersed in, hey, I'm in the parks. That's my Disney time when I'm in the resort. I want to feel like I'm in a tropical paradise. And those are the people who should be able to afford the DVC rooms that are not going to be updated. Is that correct?
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah, the only thing is with the DVC at Poly, it's weird because they don't have any regular 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom villa, situation like we had at Old Key West or every other DVC resort. They're only studios and bungalows. So the smallest, cheapest rooms or the biggest, most expensive rooms. There's no middle ground at the Poly. So, so maybe there's that.
Yes. If you're an adult and you have a problem with this, and my question would be, do you have kids? And if you don't, that would make a lot more sense to me, and I would understand your point a lot more. But at the same time, it's like, okay, then what? Then your beef is more with this sense of, I want my Disney vacation to be Disney here, but not Disney here. And I just don't know.
Unless they want it less, I guess, more subtle than what they have, maybe?
Disney subtle? You can't even get a T-shirt without something splattered. You can't get like a little logo on the side of your Disney T-shirt. It's like one big thing splattered all over your shirt.
But I tell you what, those marble floors at the Grand Floridian, though, that's nice subtle.
But
I like how they did that.
but that's a different style.
It's a different style.
That's the thing.
But it still could be subtle, yeah? No?
It's
Nah,
not.
I can't see that. Sorry.
I don't. Yeah, no. I would say I don't think it's all that subtle. It's pretty obvious. I mean,
I think it's more subtle than that. No, honestly, I think the way they did it and how they designed it and those marble floors are perfect.
oh
They're
no,
great.
I agree with you. I think the marble
And,
floors are perfect.
I mean, sometimes you got to look just to see. Oh, there's actually a character there. But if you're walking by, you would never notice that there's a character there.
right, but think about it. You've got a whole lobby to play with, and it's on the floor. You got to be looking down just to see it. So it's not fair when you're dealing with a room that's about the size of this here studios, probably smaller, and it's plastered on the walls where your eye level is going to be seeing it. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like if I had that same design that's on the floors, plastered on the walls, I can't say that would be like as obvious as what they have in the rooms at the Poly.
I think it would be more obvious.
See, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I think the way that they designed it and they incorporate it into that particular style is so good that, you know, if you didn't really look, I mean, it's like one of those things where once you see it, you know it's there.
I get it.
You can't not see it.
But if you pull it up right now, those things are pretty huge.
They're huge, but at the same time, I remember when I was staying there, I was like, this is really well done.
It is remarkably well done.
Absolutely well done.
I have zero problem with that. I'm just saying, like, if you took what was on the floor and put it on a wall, I think it would stand out just as much. Just saying. I think people would have just, when you look at what they've done here at Maui and Moana, if you took that design that they have the Fab Five in, or you took Cinderella or whatever and you put it on the wall, Tinkerbell, any of that, I think people would say the exact same thing. That's obvious. Look at that. Tinkerbell's right in my face. Can't avoid her. You know, so you know what my biggest worry about this is? Seriously, like I was looking at these rooms. Did you look at the bathroom?
Yeah, the bathroom looks awesome.
This looks like a bathroom, though.
Why does Disney seem to believe that parents don't care if their kids see them naked?
There's that.
I mean, first they take the locks off the door, and now they're putting sinks next to the damn see-through shower. I mean, so now I got to worry about my daughter coming in to brush her teeth while I'm showering. And look, Disney, if you want to pay for her therapy bills, you're more than welcome to, but generally I don't want the first penis my daughter see to be my own. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, or anybody's. Yeah.
Please protect our private. Well,
our privates.
Our privates and our privacy.
Just keep Private Benjamin private.
That is strange, huh? There's not even a curtain there.
It is. That's exactly it. It's glass. I mean, who's not going to walk? No kid is going to respect that the door is closed.
Is it like an obstructed kind of glass?
No, it's not. I mean,
it's clean. Mine just kind of went away.
It's like a big screen TV. Look at that.
Yeah, you can see. And there's a mirror.
Oh.
If you're facing the sink, there's a mirror, so you can look
There's a
back.
big mirror.
Yeah, you can look back.
They got you from all angles on that.
Well, that kid better not show up when mommy and daddy are having an extra late night out and decide
That wouldn't
to
be subtle.
rekindle their love again in that shower.
They gotta put damn locks on these doors. They gotta figure that out at some point. I mean, this is crazy. That would be the one reason I would not stay at this room.
I could see that, yeah.
Because I would be like, honey, I'm gonna shower, but you better make sure that kid isn't watching Stacy and happens like just in her little Disney adult brain just forgets that Daddy's in the shower and walks right on in.
It's all right. Just gotta treat it like that, like Bird Box. Just blindfold your kid through the whole part while they're in the room.
Bird Box.
Bird Box.
The name of that movie.
Oh, the blind.
Yeah, the blind thing. They put
Sandra Bullock.
and just blind and just make sure she just goes.
Port Cochere.
That's the sequel. Yeah,
That's a sequel. Pork share too.
So yeah, that is my biggest problem with that.
That's a fair critique.
Yes.
That's extremely fair.
Other than
critique.
that, it's a nice looking bath.
It is. It's a nice looking bath. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I'd like to again. I'd like
In fact,
to see
I
a
think
little
the
bit
sink
more.
looks like the one you have upstairs. I like that little square sink.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Does.
But you're right. Privacy would be nice.
No, I agree. So let me ask y'all this. Okay, so for the life of me, I still don't understand this new fad. I guess I don't know if you can call it a fad. They've seemingly done it once and possibly twice, where they're giving characters a hotel before they even give them a theme park attraction. Like Moana gets the entire Polynesian except for the DVC rooms, as Lee pointed out, but no theme park attraction. The Incredibles supposed to be coming to the Contemporary at some point in time, but no East Coast attraction. I mean, I know they got that Incredicoaster thing that's just like they
It was converted. Yeah, they shoehorned it exactly.
They shoehorned that in there, so it's kind of. But seeing that we know all about the Incredibles at Moana, at the Polynesian Incredibles at Contemporary, my question for y'all is, I'm not saying that they should, but if they were, what set of rooms would you like to see at the Grand Floridian?
Oh, like a themed room kind of?
Right. If you had to do the themed room thing, and I was going to ask y'all this per hotel, like if I could, or at least kind of go through it little by little, just maybe pick a few if need be. But I'm not saying I'm in favor of this because I don't understand this. I would think normally you would give the character an attraction, and that character stands the test of time. Like look at Frozen. I mean, to me, Frozen couldn't survive a sequel, and the attraction is kind of.
And that was shoehorned too.
Right, that was shoehorned. So I mean, it's like it does go like Coco should have an attraction right now. Would you want to see a block of rooms of Coco at the Coronado?
I don't know. My whole room filled with Doritos. I'm not sure.
I'm okay with that, actually.
I
like some Doritos.
I do too. I just
Every 10 minutes, Kevin be like, honey, going to the vending machine.
Let me just eat off the floor.
yeah. Back to the Coco vending room again, ain't you?
You're like Pac-Man.
That's
Meanwhile,
right.
Val sits in the bed and puts a trail of Doritos right to... I ain't gonna finish the rest.
You got the little bag.
I would eat it.
I know you would.
I
got
hope
the
you
shower.
have.
Got the shower right there. Little trail of Doritos to that glass shower.
Cool Ranch in the shower.
Cool Ranch, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
More like hot sauce up in there.
Oh,
Huh? There
I
you
got
go.
I got your steam to cover my glass
go.
shower inclusion.
There you go. There you go.
right,
That's
so-
right.
all right,
No
so
cool
Grand
yellow up in
Floridian.
there.
Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian.
See, I'm thinking Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah,
room.
Mary Poppins is the first thing that pops in my head. Yeah.
Maybe Alice in Wonderland, maybe. If you don't want to go real princessy.
That was my thought process, was that, okay, what do you do? Because there's so many presences. Like, so you have the Beauty and the Beast bar or lounge or whatever. You have the Mad Hatter play area. They do a 1900 Park Fair with Alice and Friends. Mm-hmm. They've got Rapunzel's downstairs. Not Rapunzel, I'm sorry. Sleeping Beauty's downstairs doing the tea. They've got so many princesses, so you'd have to do like separate blocks of princess rooms or one Mary Poppins room. And in princesses, I mean, all of their stories involve things that may not involve the Grand Floridian, whereas Mary Poppins, I think you get away with it.
Well, yeah, I think you could totally get away with Mary Poppins.
I was thinking of Mary Poppins. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's like the president's suite, right? Because like that'd be all prim and proper. But
They could have like every day where Mary Poppins slides down the banister.
she's serving your breakfast and she's flying down the umbrella. and
Where are
shit.
the stairs in your room?
Not this world?
I'm in the lobby.
Oh,
I'm
in the
sorry.
lobby. No,
Oh, I thought you had that deluxe villa.
no.
I thought he was taking it there. I was
We're
like,
just,
hey.
we're just the rooms. Just the rooms now.
Oh, just rooms. Okay.
If they announce that, would y'all be hopping mad or you'd be like, let's see what they do?
Like, Mary Poppins?
Yeah, Mary Poppins.
No, it would make sense to me.
I would be like, let's see what they do.
I get it, and I'll go back to your original statement, Danny. With if you're there without kids, but what percentage do you think are people going without kids? So like probably 90% of people there with their kids. So I think it's kind of like you just gotta expect it. And even if you're going to go there without your kids, you're going to go for an adult vacation. You still went to Disney for a reason because you're a Disney fan. So I think you just need to expect that there's going to be Disney in the hotels.
Yeah, look, I agree with you 1,000%, but I think these people would tell you, yeah, but it was never like that before. Disney respected the fact that our hotel was our sanctuary from these characters and yada, yada, da, 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 da.
Well, that's an old school person because I was going to say,
Yeah, but that was all. Yeah, you also didn't let your wife work, and she had to have a meal on the table when you came home every day at 5 o'clock.
Wow.
So
Well,
I wasn't born that early in life.
things change.
Lee Lastavica showing his age.
I know. Remember that time we had the bottle teas when we went to school? It was great.
He's watching too much WandaVision.
You remember when women couldn't vote?
Yeah, remember that? Then they went and started burning bras. Like, what the hell's wrong with people?
Right. All that suffragette.
Yeah, what the hell?
Mini skirts.
What's going on? I like the Puda skirts. If you talk about no, I am an adult that has gone sans kid or teen, for sure. Now, granted, in most cases, I'm like the what would you call it, like the fifth wheel, whatever. But like when I've gone to Polynesian,
That's a horrible thing to say. You've
About
never been
myself?
You've never been a fifth wheel. It's not. Fifth wheel seems to be like you don't fit.
No,
You fit fine.
I fit
Oh,
fine.
you're the third leg.
I'm the tripod. Okay, I take that. But what I'm saying is that there's and then everybody splits off in a group. So I knowing that I'm going to when we stayed there one time at the Polynesian, there was like granted that was like a quick set of circumstances.
we stayed a couple times at Polynesian.
Yeah, I mean, like then one time y'all were going to go to Blizzard Beach, and you're like, you want to go? Like, nah, I'm good.
No, you went.
No, I didn't go.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
I did. We got pictures of you. You
No,
remember
that's
my-
when we went. No. The one time when we went, it was like the last time.
Oh, that was Typhoon Lagoon.
Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah, that was Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah, no, I know the other one you talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we went to Blizzard Beach because remember Mike Fong was pointing at your little titties.
When I was young, yeah. No, that's another time.
when he was younger.
Yeah.
As in he doesn't have he doesn't
Oh,
have
when he
the-
was supple.
I have pecs now. Anyway, so
Port
what-
cochere.
Thank you. I have
Pecs or specs?
pork cachers.
He's got pet kosher.
Yeah. Well, all I was saying was the last time that we went and we stayed out there, I was to myself, and like I enjoyed it but I knew what to expect. I mean, like, I was sitting down, had a smoke, like outside the little, the sliding, door, and like, bam, here comes a show. People like, spitting fire, dancing and stuff, and like.
Well, we saw that when we first got there. Yeah,
exactly.
I remember, yeah.
So what I'm saying is like that has a different theme than like the Grand Floridian. Like, I mean, like if that'd be like if you went to the Grand Floridian and then like somebody started getting on that piano and then like I don't know, Mary Poppins, Rapunzel, Alice in Wonderland, they all like got on top of the piano, started doing like a can dance or something. Like you'd be like, whoa, that just doesn't fit.
Out of place.
Yeah, it's out of place. But in this situation, I don't think it is, in the Polynesian.
So in the contemporary, a bunch of guys come out and do the robot.
Yeah, you're right. It's like that's not even a character in there.
Well, but you see, I left the contemporary off because they're already doing the Incredible Rooms, but Incredible Rooms or whatever. Incredibles, whatever that. But I mean, I'm sure we could think of something better than the Incredibles because
Wall-E theme rooms.
Wall-E, but I mean that just seems like. Contemporary to me doesn't rhyme like if they did more with Edna Mode, like that's the part where I get the contemporary feel. It's more the style of the parks homes because contemporary doesn't like you can be like okay Buzz Lightyear or Wall-E like you just said. I don't think it's just all futuristic rooms. I think it's more stylish is what you're looking for.
Aesthetics.
Yes, and so from that sense, if you de-accentuate or is that a word? If you decentuate the Incredibles and accentuate Edna Mode and her designs and stuff like that into the rooms, I think you get more of that contemporary feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you mean de-emphasize that.
There you go. Thank you.
Port Cochere.
Well, then if that's the case, would you say like a Cruella de Vil works in something like
the contemporary? No, because he's not stylish and modern. You need something stylish and modern for the contemporary. But look, I didn't even prep for the contemporary. Let's just move on. Let's pretend Incredibles was a good choice because that's what they're going with anyway. So what we have to say have no bearing. Wilderness Lodge.
Brother Bear.
Oh, Jungle Book.
You see, okay, so I thought...
I don't know. I see a bear. So a bear of some kind needs to be in there. And my brain with the Jungle Book, but that doesn't really fit because it's not in the jungle.
So, okay, so Brother Bear I thought about, but it's like it wasn't financially successful, so they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
Do
right.
you
No
have
one knows who it
to
is,
keep
yeah.
it
Right.
within all throughout the timeline? Because I mean, do you go Davy Crockett on that? That's too old school, right?
Yeah, that might be too...
That's bad old school, though.
That might be too canceled because it's based on a real person. Like, I don't think they want to base things on a real person. Because I'll tell you what I ultimately went with, but I don't think they would ever do is Pocahontas.
Makes sense.
Wilderness, explorers, that kind of
sense.
thing. That would make sense. But when you really look into the story of Pocahontas and the creative liberties that Disney took, it's
kind of like
tick,
this
tick,
Lilo and
tick,
Stitch
tick,
thing,
tick
yeah.
before they kill it.
Dare I challenge you to say Hawkeye's place?
Hawkeye split. Oh, you're talking about the Avengers.
When the Avengers
yeah.
met up and started chopping wood and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah,
when
you
he
see
was
now
out there.
that for the contemporary, like the Avengers Lounge kind of thing, like the what do you call
the
it?
house, the
There you
mansion
go.
house.
Okay.
Avengers Mansion.
Okay. I like that. You
That'd be kind of cool.
got
Actually,
Thor's
yeah.
hammer so you could pick it up.
Like the contemporary redone by Tony Stark. That would be something that you could do futuristic wise. That would fit within the style.
Yeah, Thor's hammer would be like the Sword and Stone thing that you do. Like a little
yeah.
show.
Okay.
That'd be kind of cool.
I dig that.
But all in all, what I'm hearing the rumor is, and so this is all probably a moot point, is that they're going more towards Snow White room.
Oh, because they have that dinner too?
They have the
They already
dinner.
got the yeah.
You heard about this, Lee?
No, I haven't heard this.
Yeah, as a rumor I heard that there's something about Snow White rooms might be coming to Wilderness Lodge.
I ain't gonna make it.
I stay in a scary forest room. Can I do that?
No, you gotta give the kid an apple so she'll go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
make her pass out. It's gotta pass out apples. They're loaded with NyQuil.
Because no one cares about short people and their
That's exactly right. I was
Billy
waiting
called
for
it.
it.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Fort Wilderness. What'd you put in Fort Wilderness?
Fort Wilderness.
I'm thinking Woody and his Roundup gang. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Like if you had the old cabins with little Woodies and Jessies and Bullseyes and Prospector Pete,
Prospector Pete.
and you hit the button and he farts.
Wake you up in the morning.
He'll be the alarm clock.
I guess that's why they call me Stinky Pete.
Time to hunt for gold.
They could make it a 4D or whatever it's called, so that the alarm clock actually squirts out a little fart smells.
Oh,
Kind of like an imagination.
You can get your ass out of bed real quick.
or Stitch.
You could do Parent Trap rooms.
Oh, I like that.
Any suggestions for wilderness, or does that sound good?
Oh, that works.
That works. That works. Port Orleans, I think we're probably going to be on the agreement. That's got to be Tiana.
That'd be Tiana.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Coronado. I said Coco. Any
Coco
others?
was good.
I mean, Three
That's not
Amigos or
bad.
Cocos. I think little boys would love the Coco rooms.
Oh, Coco would be perfect. I love the Coco rooms.
Now, Caribbean Beach, that would be Pirates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just make
we
the
already
whole
have
thing. Just give them all pirate rooms.
Now, I don't think it's worth doing Art of Animation or...
It's already done.
Yeah, it's already done. Same thing with all the All-Stars and stuff like
Pop
that.
Century,
But
yeah.
Pop Century. No, Pop Century. I'm thinking Roger Rabbit. You got to have Roger Rabbit rooms if you're doing Pop Century.
Oh, I can see that.
Because who else springs of like, hey, for 10 minutes, this is the hottest thing in the world. And then...
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit was in the 80s.
Whoa, wait, no.
90s? Okay, well-
He's right. Late 80s. He's right. Late 80s.
All right, so they've already got 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or whatever. Why don't you just do each building as a different character from that theme? Like Mickey Mouse from the 50s and somebody from the 60s
Oh, like,
and somebody
like
from
Roger
the 70s.
Rabbit and then Dick Tracy.
Or whatever.
You got all the different Mickey Mouse Club members that have grown up to be pop stars. Just
The Britney Spears room?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, my
The
God.
Timberlake
Goodness.
room.
The Christina Aguilera room? The Justin Timberlake room?
Right, you're done. There
The
you go.
JC?
That's my suggestion.
What is his room?
Wouldn't that be at All-Star Music?
Yeah, good. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, man, even better.
I like it.
They could come back and sing like when they're too old to nobody recognize who they are anymore. Like right after their last song at casinos, they go sit right there.
Casino, yeah.
Here's one that I thought that was an easy one. Animal Kingdom Live.
Lion King.
Lion King.
Exactly.
Lion King, yeah.
That's what I thought as well. Boardwalk Inn. I went with Dumbo. I'm like, and again, they'll never do it because of the stigma of Dumbo with the clowns.
Well, you could just make it a whole circus theme. You could just do a whole circuit. You could have jugglers, and don't they already have jugglers?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
they
boardwalk
they used
area,
to one time.
Yeah, they have a boardwalk area. I don't remember jugglers
Performers.
specifically, but I'm sure there were performers. Yes, for sure.
That would suck for the jugglers to drop their balls into the lake. Oh, show's over, folks. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
then the dolphin comes up and juggles them back. And then throws
Oh,
them
okay,
back
yeah,
out.
because it's magic. Yeah, Mary
Magic
Poppins
was fun.
2.
There you go.
Oh, Mary Poppins 2. There you go.
There you go. Bam. Daddy, that's all it takes. A little
We're throwing that in
communicado.
the boardwalk. All right, what else we got?
Did I miss any?
Oh, no, it's actually.
Oh, yeah, Yacht and Beach Club. Yacht and Beach Club. Who you got?
Oh,
there?
Yacht and Beach Club.
Yacht Beach Club.
Little Mermaid?
That's not bad. You know what I was thinking for that one was the Fab Five.
Nemo?
No, not Nemo. I went to Fab Five because they're living like they're the ones who made this place. So like, what is the Yacht and Beach Club for? A bunch of rich pricks who are like, yeah, we made it, honey. We did everything right. So I'm thinking Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and Goofy and all them. They're living high in the hog over there at the Yacht and Beach Club, just enjoying their retirement life.
Donald's
That's what I was
walking
thinking
around
of.
just saying, take your pants off. Works for me. Yeah.
That's it. That's when you know you made it. When you don't even care about wearing pants anymore.
All
Well,
right.
it could be like Wreck-It Ralph, where you have like the rich people are staying, like all the little people in a penthouse are staying there. And then you can also buy some shack space where Wreck-It Ralph rooms are.
Well, that would be more Coronado with the new tower. The tower rooms would be
Riviera?
the penthouse.
And then you got a couple of shacks you can rent.
But isn't that like already themed after like El Destino or something like that?
Yeah, but that's not a character.
No, but it's a movie. I mean, it's IP is what I'm saying. It's IP.
Ip.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Ip.
It's Ip, baby.
That's the Ip thing.
Ip man.
Is that all? Did we touch on all of them, or did
I
we
think
miss
we
one?
did, yeah. That was we go to the village.
Let's want to do Shades of Green, and we can do the Army Men from Toy Story.
Well, yeah.
I guess I don't know, but yeah, no, dude, I just thought that was a fun little exercise.
No, that's good.
That's a
good.
lot.
You know what's interesting though, that we just had that conversation with all the different characters. That this is really where they're going to run into problems. Is that just like Art of Animation? Like I will never probably stay at Art of Animation because I don't need a family suite and I don't want to stay at a mermaid room.
I said Define Nemo room was fine.
No, I'm not saying it's not fine, but I'm saying like I don't need a family suite, right? I mean, I would probably never stay in a family suite.
And then like you have some guy that married his wife at Disney World. I'm sure that guy, if he doesn't have his kids, I'm sure he still wants to have his wife, how you say, immersed in the magic.
My point is that like the more characters you put into rooms, the more you paint yourself in a corner with someone that doesn't either relate to or doesn't like that movie or doesn't care for that movie or for whatever reason.
Here's where I would disagree with you, though. It's like, it's not that these are people who don't understand anything. You have to hate it. You have to vehemently not want it, because most people that get back to their room, they're not looking at that. They're looking at the TV. They're like lying down there. Like, my family stayed in the Finding Nemo suite at the Art of Animation. We paid to be closer to the buses and stuff like that.
We got the,
Right. And my wife and my child shared one bed. There was a Murphy bed that folded out that my daughter was going to sleep in, but, she would alternate from sleeping with my wife and sleeping in that bed. And then there was the fold out thing on the couch. And that family, quote unquote, suite was not all that sweet. It was cramped as like you think it's like this big space. It's not.
Well, I've had people like, they're like, oh, there's 6 adults. This room says we can sleep 6. No, you do not want to put 6 adults in that fucking room.
You don't want to put 4 adults in that room if you can. I mean, it is
tough. No, I agree with that.
You're living on top of one another. You're breathing on top of one another. It's like going camping. And when you're on vacation, you want to kind of feel like you're kind of living it up a little bit. So the idea of, I wouldn't need a family suite. That's what I don't understand. It's like, so you're saying that you don't care about the space to be able to space out? Because, I mean...
Yeah, I might now that, like, if my kids are, like, in their 20s, definitely we would want more space, yeah. Whereas before, I would sleep in one bed, my son would sleep with my wife, whatever. Like, my daughter would sleep with my wife, my son would sleep with me, and the other kid would sleep in the Murphy bed. But we didn't care because they were little. They were 10 years old.
Right. But now, like, Dad, too old to sleep with you.
I mean, really, really, really truth. My mom is DVC now, so we'll just use her points and stay DVC.
She stay in California. We all lost to Vikas if that's the case.
Lee's like, I'm going back to Cali.
But if I'm paying for it, truthfully, I'll probably just get 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Maybe more spacious? Yeah, absolutely.
I
got
agree
more
with
bathrooms.
That. Yep, just get 2 rooms.
So, well, guys, we curious to know what you think about the new Moana Rooms and stuff. So, and actually any of the other stories we've talked about, let us know and get in touch with us. We're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that discussion of the Disney news of the day. MagicOurWay.com is the way to go if you want to find us. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes as well, more. Also, you can get in touch with us to share your opinions. You can shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, leave us a voicemail via our SpeakPipe widget, or you can call or send us a text message at this number, 1-815-WEEKEND. That is 1-815-MO-WEEKEND 669-4226. And of course, we have a couple of guys that do things outside of the podcast. First, we have Eli, does things with comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory. What a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you.
Me.
I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com.
Why?
If you're not doing that, you're missing out.
You're missing out.
Oh.
We teach the kids
the
here.
Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
And you know the story.
Tell 'em.
It's all about the glory.
Yeah.
Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru.
Yes.
Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru. Eli Ivory, the whole package.
Only if Deadpool says to.
Deadpool said to.
Oh.
Yes.
Do it. ivorycomics.com.
Better than that.
Right now. Liefeld out.
Liefeld out. Boy, I tell you what, always bring the 90s back. Ain't nothing wrong with that Pop Century reference right there. Loving that all day, every day. So, again, we do all the phonics. So you got how the site, where the site is, how to spell the site. But what you don't know is that when you go to the Ivory Comics site, get a link to the Magic Our Way podcast so you don't miss an episode. And just in case, you haven't got to this part yet, you took a break, you just want to let this all roll. This is really where the fun happens.
Port cochere.
Exactly. This is when it all come loose. Like, they're missing out. It's like the credits are rolling, and you're like, oh, I'm going to just leave when the credits are going. But then, like,
it was like the bloopers they played in.
Yeah, exactly.
Port cochere.
Ferris Bueller comes out and tells
So it's
you.
like, you still here? What are you doing?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you want? So, so you check that out. You get this link, and you get all this good stuff. So, if you have listened to it at this point, listen towards the end in every episode. It's going to treat you good, because then you get to hear about how I'm on Facebook, and I'm Eli H. Ivory right there on Facebook. As long as you're a real person, man, how you doing? How your mama doing? How your people doing? Hey, how'd your grandma do when she was scratching her toe last week at Port Cochere because she was trying to figure out what room she was in because the wallpaper got tore off? See, we could ask about that, but if you're a robot, can't talk to you. Don't know who you are. See, I did that. So then you can also see Project Geisha on Facebook.com. So Facebook.com/Project Geisha. Or maybe I'll make another story called Port Cochere Geisha.
Port Cochere.
Port Cochere Geisha, right? That's what she do. Just hack up pigs. A pig in a geisha outfit. That
Geisha lives in the Port Cochere.
I'm all about that. Instagram right there too, showing the love, posting up the hearts and the likes. EI504. You can find me there. And of course on Twitter, I can find a Hancocktail 166. So you appreciate the madness. You're just bringing me to Gladys, and I've been smiling for quite a while. And that's right. Code yellow, baby.
Code yellow. That's right. And if you want to book a vacation to Disneyland, maybe eventually, maybe just the California people will book a vacation or something. I don't know. But if you definitely want to come over to Walt Disney World for all you other people that are not in California, you can do it through Lee. Lee, tell them how to do this.
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832-undulating. 832-UNJLTNG.
I thought it was going to be like 832, I got a logo.
He's got that.
You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. Instagram, you can find me at You Got a Friend in Lee Travel. If you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no.
Hasselvika.
In addition, there are so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener, and we love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, ladies and gentlemen, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Pork charcuterie.
Nice.
Port Cochere.
Hi, this is Eli for the Magic